Hey, what's up? Andrew Kramer here for VideoCopilot.net, and welcome to another fun-filled After Effects tutorial.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is how to pull a figure, and this is my second tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to do that particle effect figR uses in his cinematics and throughout his video. Just let me give you an example real quick. Here we go. Alright, if you guys saw all these particles throughout the video, like this part right here, that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do. So the first thing you want to do is open up After Effects, and after you've done that, you're going to want to color correct your video to however you want it, and when you add the plugin, first of all, is called Trapcode Particular. You can get a free trial at Red Giant Software, but I'm going to get you guys the download link in the description, so don't worry about that. And alright, so let's get started. After you have the effect, the plugin, you're going to want to go to Layer, New, Solid, and then you're going to want to make the solid black, and you're going to want it to fit your comp size. Alright, so I already have mine right here. After that, you're going to want to go to Effect, Trapcode, Particular, and when you do that, you should have just these particles come up. Now, these particles are there, but they're not exactly what the behavior we want them to behave. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of mess with the settings. Now, to be honest with you guys, I don't really know much about the plugin, but I'm gonna just throw it out to you guys so you guys can sort of figure out on your own. But I'm gonna give you the basics. So, the first tab we have here is the emitter. So far, what I've learned about the emitter is that particles per second. If you put it higher, there's more particles, and yeah. So I just kind of like to leave it at lower setting, around 30, 20. We'll just leave it at 30, and right here we have the X rotation, the Y rotation, and the Z rotation. Now, all of these are keyframeable, as you can see, and we also have position on the Z, which kind of brings it closer or farther away. So we have a bunch of stuff here, and also I noticed that if you turn the velocity up, the particles spread a little bit farther out. I'm just going to sort of leave mine right about there. Maybe turn my particles per second down a little bit. Okay. So that's pretty much what I've learned about the emitter. The random speed, I don't really mess with that. Doesn't really do anything. Next we have is the particle, and the life per second is how many seconds each little particle lasts. So if we leave it for 3 seconds, each particle will last about 3 seconds and then just die off or disappear. So we can change that to as high as we want or as low as we want. I'm just going to leave mine at 2. And we can also change the randomness. So each particle right now is going to die off in 2 seconds. But if we turn the randomness on, all the particles will be random if they're set to 100. If they're set at 50, then 1 and 2 should be randomized. Anyway, right here we have different stuff like what kind of shape you want your particle to be, and you know, junk like that. Next we have is the size, and we can make the size big, or we can make them really small. So I'm just going to leave it at a normal setting, and again, size randomness, you can turn that up, and they're going to be all different sizes. So yeah, and that's that. Opacity is how much of the particle you can see. As you can see, as I turn it up and turn it down, they kind of switch from from blending with the video and not. So we're just gonna leave it at 100, and we're gonna make the randomness 100, just to give it a more interesting feel to it. That's just me. We can also change the color to red if we wanted to any color we want, blue, and we could also change the randomness of that color. So that pretty much covers the particle tab. Shading, I'm not going to go into that. Physics. Now, what I've learned about physics is that if you turn the gravity to, let's say, -5, the particles start rising instead of kind of shooting out everywhere. Let me put a little bit more. -30, that might be too much. And they're just kind of rising up instead of just going everywhere. So that's just something to mess around with. We could also change the physics time factor, which I'm not really sure what that's all about, and not really sure what air does. I have played around with it a little bit, but I'm not really too good at explaining it. That's why I don't really want to confuse you guys. And we have like different stuff like the aux system, which I'm not sure how to use either, and all these different types of other tabs. So far we have this effect right here. It kind of looks like particles are emitting from his well, not right now, but the particle kind of looks like he's emitting from the body. So if we render that real quick, we sort of get a cool effect. So yeah, so that's pretty much how you do that. I mean, you guys can mess around on your own. I just don't want to confuse you guys, and I'll leave the download link in the description, Windows and PC, to make up for not so good of a tutorial, but I will have a bunch of better tutorials on the way next time. So thank you guys for joining me in this video. Next video, most likely I'll be covering how to color grade in COD 4 and just basic overall color correction. So thanks for joining. Subscribe, comment, like, whatever you guys want, and I'll see you next time.